What's up, guys? Welcome back. Man, I thought we had picked off the bottom of the day. We had bought the dip perfectly until Fed chair opened his mouth. The initial report sent the markets higher, and then when he started talking, triggered us into a sell-off. So I wanted to hop in. We got 8 minutes left. We're down about $1,000 today. Come on. All right. Board DocuSign. Can't catch a bid. Um, I'm still the only person out there on planet Earth buying DocuSign, I think. Um, all right, we're just going to pick some of these off, put share by share. We have 5K in buying power. What the plan's going to be is to just dollar cost these to where we want them, and then once we get an uptick, we can kind of consolidate and move stuff around if we need to free up some cash. But we're still sitting. Still sitting pretty good with what we're looking at. 502, that looks good. And one more of Adobe. All right, so we'll leave ourselves a little bit of cash to continue to do the same as we move down. Um, let's take a look at our DraftKings, crushing it today. Top build. It's nice to see some of these value names get a bid. It's definitely at the expense of high growth tech, so we're kind of getting beat up a little bit today. But overall, I like that there's some stuff that's performing really well. Um, Lennar's looking pretty tasty at 12 times. The bare minimum, anything that I want, what I'm looking for is the first half of the chart up until the coronavirus, you know, once that sell off occurred, and then the retracement just has it set a new all time high? Has it failed to get all the way back? You can tell sector by sector, company by company. In my opinion, we have a new normal that exists, and all of the traders around the world are revaluing, all these stocks. So their performance from the bottom in March is really important to where we're going. Um, so I only want to find, it was $72 before the crisis. Now it's sitting at 78. It's bounced off 72 off the 50-day moving average. Um, this is one that I like to have a little bit of value in. If I get a red day in here and it sells off, we'll pick up a little bit of Lennar. They're, depending on how you sort the numbers, the biggest home builder in the country, or one of them all the time. So, and they sell in a good price point in their market. So they're not on the entry level. They're not on the super high end. They're in really the good part, in my opinion, where you want your exposure. Them and Taylor Morrison both are right in that curve where the consumer is at. Man, we were down 600 at some point earlier, bought the dip, got back to minus 200. Now we're down, call it $900. So it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, folks. Just got to stay consistent and be confident in what you own. There's a lot of red across what I've got, but I mean, again, Amazon, PayPal, Apple, Nvidia, Adobe. If those take me down, those are going to be things that I buy on the way down all the time until something fundamentally changes with the business. We're sticking with those. So Nvidia's our top position, just barely over Square, and then Tesla. All right, we're sitting pretty good. 3 minutes to close. We'll check in tomorrow morning, see how these pan out. Last look at the markets, we're closing on the lows. Be important to see how we bounce back over the next 2 days. So hopefully we'll catch a bid. It's been kind of a dicey 2 weeks here now, week and a half. So maybe the stock market is either catching up with the rest of the economy, or we're just rotating around and we're getting the value stocks into the party, and then the next leg higher will take growth back up to new highs. So that's where we're positioned, is going back towards highs. It's just a matter of where this will go on the downside in between now and that point. At this point, maybe we were a little early, but that's fine. You're never going to buy the bottom, but if you do, sorry, got a work call. Minute to close, people calling you. How dare they? You might not, just in regards to timing the market, you're never going to buy just the bottom. You can buy the bottom, but you're going to have to buy it on the way down. And in order to really buy the bottom, unless you are an oracle, it's you just got to stay consistent with what you believe in, what you know. And then just reevaluate on a set basis. Ours is going to be the last day of every month. We're going to reevaluate how every stock did. We're getting set up here over this little bit. These positions are going to be core positions that don't get adjusted much once we're fully allocated, which we're kind of getting to that point, and we're going to trade around them, and the portfolio will kind of shift towards management. So we're in the market for a long time. So these little dips, 1-2%, I think they're ultimately an opportunity to buy the dip. So again, I wouldn't want to be selling into this weakness. I wouldn't want to be shorting the market here. We're just waiting to see how we progress. Seems that we've kind of lost some steam in terms of big tech, but I still think that a big part of that was selling a lot of those positions to move that money into the Snowflake IPO. So let's check on that at close. Man, there's going to be some upset people that bought this stock at $300. And there's a lot of people that accumulated this stock at $275. Now they're underwater 10%. They're going to be pretty pissed. That's why we don't mess with IPOs. I don't know. My spidey senses tell me that people are going to get real burnt on this. So there's a lot of real smart people that were involved in it up until this point, and now they're very wealthy. I mean, they already were wealthy, and they're going to liquidate this thing. I mean, a lot of people got allocated shares yesterday at $120. And early on, we had pretty heavy selling in the beginning part of the day. So we'll keep an eye on this. The world will. I mean, it's the biggest software IPO in the history of the stock market. So, all right, that's enough for now. Hope you guys had a good day. Check in tomorrow morning. Have a good night.